Okay, so I know that. Actually, no, I don't remember. Where did everyone go after fighting the Territorials?
Raven's ship, right?
No, that was before the fight.
Yeah.
Because we had to race back. In time to save your sorry butt.
That's right.
I don't think we can really give Mandra a hard time because literally we abandoned them. Like you can hold your own against these three guys for like 10 minutes.
I figured they'd delay the fight by 10 minutes, till everybody got there.
And you
Not
are
in
the naive
Rathum.
one. In Rathum, if half the opposing team doesn't show up, that's an advantage.
Well, I guess this audience today is just going to watch some brutality. Some very one-sided brutality. All right.
So yeah.
Where did you guys go after defeating the Territorials?
Well, I think Oberon and Loki had both got pretty badly beat up.
I would love some healing.
Loki,
Yeah.
no, Loki's actually doing all right. Loki does have an important part damaged that I sort of want to help. Because in the future, I may really want to be able to use disarm against a certain opponent.
I mean, if you really want to think of it that way, then yeah, Oberon's fine. He just has one very important part of him that I would like to fix up, and it's him. It's his 1 through 3, the him part of him. Like
that is a pretty important part.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem? My entire body.
Gestures to self.
As you guys are in the back, in the back of the arena, just kind of talking amongst yourselves of like what you're going to do next. The group of you are approached by Ditfo Da and his Drox. He approaches you, and then he grunts, and he holds out a hand to shake one of yours. Actually, no, he holds out a hand to shake each of yours, in fact.
Huh.
Kyrie will shake his hand.
I'll shake his hand.
Yeah, Beyonce will as well.
And so does Colin, and he gives you guys an appreciative nod and excuses himself.
Yeah, Beyonce will just kind of call after him. Mate, whatever you do next, good luck.
He gives a nod back to you, and continues.
What do you think that was all about?
We defeated the team he wanted revenge against.
He couldn't get he couldn't get the vengeance he wanted. We got it for him.
Maybe we should have kept a piece of him to give to him.
Looks pointedly at the bag.
No, not this piece. This is mine.
Would you both stop looking into that bag and giggling? It's worrying me.
Oh, right. I need to tell you the mechanics of that bag. So, when you want something...
Okay, let me write this down under bag.
Okay. When you want something that would be useful, you can go ahead and give me the general gist of what you're hoping to find before you roll.
Okay.
Don't give me anything too specific. Like,
Okay.
Don't say, I want a hand grenade that shoots red paint everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Give me something vague, like, I want something that will paint this room. I want to paint this room red.
So,
and then,
like, for example, Kyrie might ask, "Hey, is there something in there that will prevent the audience from seeing us for a minute or for a moment, so that she can say do something out of the Warframe, rather than I specifically want a flashbang to blind everybody.
Exactly. So you want to give me something big like that, because the height of your roll is going to determine how close it is to what you want.
Okay. So it's the difference between a flashbang and an umbrella. Both would technically keep you from the sight of others. One may be more effective than the other.
Hitting that range of like 9 and 10 is going to give you exactly the thing that you want, whereas hitting some ranges below will give you kind of what you want, but in a really janky fucking way.
I'm ready. All right. I love it.
I like that. It's slightly broken, but also tremendously entertaining.
Yes.
I managed to pull...
How jealous I am. I want that in Loki so bad.
I pulled banana-flavored condoms out of it on 3 separate occasions for 3 completely different reasons.
One of those was useful, at least.
Oh, God.
Of course, remember, this is on Oberon.
It might not be what you want, but it's what you fucking deserve.
Right.
Just say that before you use it all the time.
Yes, this is on Oberon. Oberon will not give it up.
I know.
He won't give it. He won't give it to Kirei. He won't give it to Excalibur. This is his thing.
And when I'm out of him, he fucking better use it wisely.
As long as Titania doesn't get a hold of it, we should be okay.
I think it'll be okay.
We do.
I don't think it's going to be okay at all.
So yeah, what are you guys gonna go do?
Probably attempt to
heal.
There's a few things I want to do in no particular order. The main one being, heal, I suppose. Do what we can to repair the Warframe.
If you ask, if you ask, Dust Elemental,
yeah,
the Greta will just be like, "Oh, we do have some extra repair packs and materials in our room downstairs.
If you would let us use those, that would be greatly appreciated."
Of course. We're still up here with Raven, so just, make yourself at home.
How is she doing?
She's recovering. I guess something about the violent transference desync?
Even with the... Technically speaking, we can survive our Warframes being destroyed. However, the sudden or very tremendous interruptions of transference can cause physical and mental problems in us. It could be that we feel we can still feel the pain the Warframe did, or that some part of us gets disconnected in the process.
I guess that makes sense, yeah. And these transference chambers, they help out with that, right?
Yes, they help stabilize the transference. Additionally, as you can see, they provide some measure of safety. You do not necessarily have to be near the combat.
All right, that makes sense. And so yeah, you guys can head downstairs into Delta Elemental's room and work on repairing your Warframes. So you guys have your repair skills.
In theory.
Yes. I was actually going to say, Yanto, seeing as Rhino is pretty much fine, like only took a fragment of damage, Yanto's probably going to spend some time repairing someone else's frame.
Okay. I was gonna say, each person can roll repair, on
If
their warframes. Yeah. Each warframe can get one repair roll essentially.
If you, narratively speaking, if you help Kirei, maybe that'll help restore their relationship, as it is currently shocked out.
Yeah.
There's actually a fairly good narrative reason for that too.
Get a room that I'm not in.
No, that's not that. He was like, "Hey, can I get some protection this round?" And then Yanto's like, "Sure, that means attack, right?"
That means stop them from hitting you. Yeah, cool.
Also add one extra width, because you have the tools to do this.
What is repair?
Hands plus shop.
Cool.
Well, there's actually a repair skill,
but none of us actually have it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
maybe
when
Yanto does.
I suppose I can just use meld again.
Yeah, you can use meld.
Well, he's working on Kirei, so I have to repair my damn self. Hands plus shop.
I have that on here, don't I?
Kirei, in the meantime, will help attempt to help Rhino a little bit, though she is.
Oh, it's brains actually. It's brains plus repairs.
That helps at least. Probably less MT, but it helps.
I was going to say, if MT's having difficulty, is it okay if I help MT with hers?
No, you two lovebirds get at it. I'm good. I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Yeah, you can roll brains plus repairs.
So
I also suggest including that on your character sheet.
Straight brains.
Well, I don't need points in it, so.
Yeah, we've been playing this game for how long? I never knew there was a repair skill.
I only knew it because the other NPCs have it, because generally speaking, that's sort of a custom thing, because generally speaking, we don't actually do repairs.
There are four custom skills that you guys should have in your character sheets: hands plus firearms, base plus credits, brains plus repairs, and transference. A transference skill to whatever location you like.
See, for some reason, all I had was firearms and transference.
See, Nate, the problem is repair wasn't originally the fourth skill. It's actually hacking, which is what Kirei has, is our fourth custom skill. Repair you sort of made up for this, because as a way to... I don't think that literally never came up until Rathum.
I've had it actually on the main document for a long time. I guess you can also do brains plus repairs is another way to repair your warframe. You can also use face plus charm as a means of fashioning up your warframe, bolstering whatever inner spirit exists inside. Both of these actions can be done once per day.
Give your warframe a back rub and a pep talk.
I mean, that actually is a more sensible way to restore the ability locations, is to help
push it to the limit.
So yeah, you can do.
I think instead of face plus charm, should that be a transference roll to sort of sync with it?
Face plus charm, because that's how it actually is in monsters.
I know, but you know.
Also, it's specifically fashioning up your warframe. It's not. It's not linking with it on a spiritual level. It is applying some doodads, giving it a cape, new paint job.
Right.
It is the fashion frame mechanic.
God.
Just had to do that, didn't you?
Yeah. What? Let me just see what you guys get.
Mandy, you get +1 width on these rolls, remember?
Yeah.
So it would be 3 4s then.
Yep.
Yanto's still going to help out with MT. Just got kind of immediately see.
Fix
MT
your relationship. I'm okay.
Would rather have a relationship in crisis than a teammate dead.
I'm not gonna die. Look at me.
Blank stare. I'm helping you with your fucking frame. Oh dear.
It's okay. Here it does get a set, so she restores 3 on hers.
So can I use blend or shall I use brains?
You can use blend because you actually have that as that is literally a Healy power.
Cool. So I'll have my relationship with MT, 9 dice. I wish I could keep multiple sets. 4x7.
Okay. Wow, that's fucking powerful. All right.
That's way better than what I got.
All right. And
all hands are going to score awesome plan to do as well, so that's 5x7.
Yep. Okay, and then you're going to help out with Loki?
Sure. I mean, I made multiple sets. Could I use those?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you use one of them.
I've got 2x4 as well, which goes up to 3x4 threading width.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want that that actually will fully heal Loki?
Do you have a third set?
Yeah.
Go ahead and use it on Rhino.
Oh, fair enough. Pair of 2s.
All right. Yep, and that is your repairs.
What is the 5x7 repair?
You heal 5 dice.
Just anywhere?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be location 7, but it'll bleed up. It'll bleed up if that location fills. So
okay,
yeah, that's Rhino fully repaired. Yanda's just humming "Rosie the Riveter" under his breath as he's doing this.
This may be a worthy investment of any extra credits we have following Rathum, assuming we win.
Want some repair gear?
Yes. We are taking on missions and combat much more frequently now than we used to.
Not gonna get any arguments from me.
Though ideally, one of the more powerful armory repair stations would be useful. I do not think we'll be able to afford to acquire one. We would probably have to salvage one from a ruin or something.
All those credits. There goes my plans for a dream vacation.
You have only yourself to blame.
Where would you go? Uh-huh.
Because like we left the one planet that wasn't a complete and total war zone.
Plus, I do believe we are technically enemies of anybody we would attempt to pay for a vacation.
I don't know. We could go back to that
for a swim on Uranus.
What, in liquid methane? I mean, I know you're hardcore, but that's just pushing it. I mean, personally, don't know about anyone else here. I'd like to go back to that Grenier retirement place. It's pretty chill.
That's fair. It doesn't even cost that many credits.
Yeah, it's like intergalactic club med. Right. Well, I think that's everyone up to spec. That's good. Right, so we haven't got any more fights tonight, do we? We up against...
No, tomorrow will be the Reapers versus... Tomorrow will be the semifinals. It'll be us versus Vicious Cats, but before that, the Reapers versus Weapon. I have some preparations to make for that.
Oh, yeah. God's Weapon's like gonna straight up try and fucking murk those guys, isn't he?
Yes, and unfortunately, they will... Unfortunately, with Hikane being as proud as she is, they will probably reject any actual offers for our assistance. So we will likely have to be covert.
Is this going to be one of those things where we assume their pride is greater than this desire to live, and we end up completely not taking the really obvious option?
You mean to talk to them directly?
Yeah, I mean, let's just like obliquely just mention in passing that quite possibly this may not be a fight they really want to get into.
They are Tenno. They will. I do not expect them to concede. No matter what we do, they will fight.
I mean, we're Tenno, and we're not that.
Would you
proud,
back
are we?
down from? Would you back down from this fight?
I've got a totally different stake in this to them. It's not exactly an even comparison.
Their opponent has just nearly killed one of the strongest Tenno around, and one of the most respected. I do not think they will see their stake in this as impersonal either.
You know what I mean, but all right, fine.
I know what
Just-
you mean, and I do not disagree, but they will not see it that way. Even if we were to divulge our stake.
All right, well, do whatever you think is best, I suppose.
I will not stop you if you wish to talk to about them, but I do not expect their cooperation.
I just feel like I'm not doing my due diligence if I don't at least try.
Very well.
I'll go with you.
Thanks.
They're probably still up in Raven ship. They'll come back down here eventually.
Yeah, for the moment, we should probably grab something to eat, have a bit of rest, check up on the previous fights, see what we're going to have to deal with tomorrow. I mean,
That will be difficult. We are up against Team Vicious Cat. I do not really wish to fight them, but
well, we can resolve this pretty easily. MT, is there a gigantic ball of yarn in that bag?
I'm almost afraid to find out.
As you guys are discussing this, you all hear scratching at the door.
speaking of, she will enter Loki and
Does everyone enter their warframes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
open the door
Okay.
once everybody's in their warframes.
You see Blue and her colony, which I will describe in detail now, actually. You have, there's Blue, known as such because she has her fur and her scales are a vibrant blue color. There is and I'm sure you guys probably know this from looking at a roster. There is Mr. and Mrs. Meow. There
Oh god.
are two Kavats wearing identical wedding bands around their wrists.
Go fuck yourself, Nate. I love you, but fuck you.
And there is Catastrophe and Galacticat. Catastrophe is a Kavat with a furry mohawk and spiked bracelets. And Galacticat is a Kavat with a night sky-like pattern to her fur.
Wasn't Catastrophe also the stage name of Cat Fan or something like that?
No.
Oh.
No, Cat Fan, her name was Cat Voodoo.
used to be a sixth member who was very business orientated, but Chairman Meow just didn't scan well.
You know that there is, if you've looked at the roster, you know that there is another one, but they are nowhere to be seen.
Yeah,
The other one is called Skull Taker.
That one's my favorite.
You have this entire competition. You have not seen Skull Taker anywhere.
That's concerning, actually.
Blue looks up at you and says, "Wow."
And Loki turns to Oberon.
Why are you looking at me?
Because I believe you can communicate with them better than any of us.
Blue looks between you, and then looks over, and delivers a meow to Mr. and Mrs. Meow, and Mr. Meow brings over a sheet of paper, and Mrs. Meow brings over a pen. Blue bites the pen and she writes. She writes on the sheet of paper. We saw you enter a different room. This change is strange and we do not like it.
They saw us enter a different room? What is
You're
that?
currently in Team Delta Elemental's room.
Oh, they are allies. They were already defeated and let us use some of their equipment to repair. Oh, we are not staying here.
She writes, this explanation has assuaged our concerns.
I thought for a second I thought you were playing off of the idea that cats have limited object permanence and like there was another door or something. We saw you enter the
no,
other
they're
door.
uplifted. They have a hella object permanence.
Okay.
So she then writes, we are to do battle tomorrow.
I'm gonna like can I kneel down like at her level?
Yeah.
So I feel less weird about towering over her.
Yeah, you can.
Should I roll for like anything? What's my useful?
Yeah, you can roll for
I can influence, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can commune?
I'll say you can roll influence in order to commune.
Okay, alright. Two 4s. This is gonna be a good night.
Okay. She looks into Oberon's helmet, and you can kind of get the understanding a bit of her language, both the and the intricacies of it, in like the verbal and physical. The combinations of verbal and physical language in order to make something feasible and understandable.
I imagine this feels very weird.
Yes. And you can piece together a rough translation. She says, "You do not intend to forfeit this round, do you?"
Forfeit? No. We're not going to forfeit, right?
No, that is not an option for
We're
us.
not going to forfeit, no.
As wonderful and sweet as these things are, I'm not going to lose to a bunch of cats.
Their battle was very impressive. But we have our own reasons for needing to finish this tournament.
And Blue says, "Very well. We had gone easy on our previous opponent.
She says she went easy on the last ones.
No, it is true that they did. The fact that they out makes sense. She and her pack, is that the correct term? She and her pack did manage to outmaneuver and take them down non-lethally. Doing so generally requires a fairly significant gap in skill.
For us to ensure our victory tomorrow, we will not be able to go easy on you.
I'll wait till the translation.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is weird. I can't figure out that you guys can't understand this too. She's not gonna go easy on us. She wants to win.
Understandable.
Is there anything that we can do to come to a compromise? What is it about this tournament that drives you to win? Is it the respect? Is it the notoriety?
There is a tremendous amount of credits at the end of this tournament.
The money?
A small fortune. Furthermore, there is also someone who will be willing to give us food, water, and clean our litter boxes every day.
Hang on. You want money? And you want someone to feed you and take care of your basic amenities. Is that what I am understanding?
Someone who will accept payment exclusively in affection and not in credits.
Who would accept payment in cat affection?
Loki just turns towards you.
I mean, I'm going to go with anyone over the age of like 25.
I suppose we technically count for that.
The lady, as Calathame explains her, will do well for this.
Wait. You want to win this tournament so you can win the money and Saren, so Saren will feed you and pet you. Am I understanding this correctly?
Yes, and we will not have to provide her credits in return.
I'm just going to turn back to the other guys.
The problem is I can't find fault in their reasoning. It's just that their reasoning is insane. Like saying, I need a hammer to bash in this nail. I know, I'll get some gold out the reserve and just bash it in.
It's a very luxurious way of doing things.
Oh.
It seems perfectly sensible to me.
I know. Absolutely. Just, I'm having to process. We are having to. I mean, I understand now why Kelly said that everyone had very different ideas of what they wanted to do with the lady. I just had never expected it to be so they can be our crazy aocT lady.
What if we win? We promise to find you someone who can provide for you.
That I do not have to pay in credits.
That you do not have to pay in credits, yes. Is that a slave? Is that a cat slave that I'm describing right now?
Or someone who really loves kavats.
Please be mindful of our culture. In our culture, those are called caretakers.
Okay. You want a caretaker.
Your culture. I can't do this conversation anymore.
Fine, I'll stop translating.
Please do not. I am very invested in this conversation.
This is too weird for me. And I got nuked fucking 45 minutes ago.
So you want a caretaker
And also another small fortune.
and money.
We have already stolen a small fortune at this one's behest. And she motions towards Loki.
I may have forgotten to mention that. I suggested that if they were after securing wealth, especially as it seemed that they were not too keen on fighting Bookkeeper, that they rob the ship of the guys and dolls who seem to have wealth to spare.
Especially since they're, dead.
Yes, though I did technically suggest this before their demise.
I suppose that's fair.
Those fools very easy to rob.
I see.
We stole their belongings shortly after the idea was presented. But
I suppose, are we just going to assume that
yeah,
for convenience sake that Oberon is translating everything?
Yes.
I say? Thank you. Okay.
Word for word at this point.
we stole their belongings shortly after the idea was proposed, including their personal shield generators. And their starship. I now have the deeds to all of their holdings.
That is impressive. I'm surprised and alarmed that they would keep such a thing aboard their ship.
Did they really strike you as the most intellectually gifted people on this station?
They kept their personal shield generators on their person.
Well, they'd have to, otherwise they'd be impersonal shield generators.
I don't know how long it will take you to realize, but I'm sure all of your characters will at some point realize that's probably why they were killed so easily. They had nothing protecting themselves. They had been stolen by Lunar Colony.
Did you steal those before they died?
Yes.
Well,
Look, he just nods.
Even though it may be possible for us to come to a compromise, we're still invested in acquiring 2 sizable fortunes instead of just one.
that one's going to be a little bit more difficult for us.
But even if you win, we will still have 1 sizable fortune. In the end, my colony and I do not lose.
My concern is for your safety. Our abilities are not very well suited to holding back, and I do not want to severely injure you.
The guys and dolls, those fools, their entire means of participation was based upon their very advanced shield technologies. We have those now.
Do you suspect they will hold up to our assault?
So one second, I'll be back.
Okay.
Good, because we have 2 Lukes again.
I have no idea what the hell is going on with my internet connection at the moment. Apparently she's furiously cloning me.
2 Luke Lautrec.
Too Luke, too furious.
What do you think, other Luke?
Okay, I'm back.
Damn it, I was thinking of an alternate voice for my evil twin.
Is everything okay, NATO?
Yeah, no, Kevin and Josh needed in the back.
I bet they did.
Yeah. So yeah. She just explains that their shield generators will stand up to starships. They were very advanced. Their participation relied on them outlasting their opponents, while mocking them the entire time.
I do feel it. I believe that their efforts would have been doomed from the start, as mocking opponents is not generally a good way to stop a fight.
Indeed. Do not worry, nonetheless. You will not bring harm to any of my colony.
I see. And if we do manage to break through a shield generator, will you withdraw then?
She nods.
Good. I believe we can fight you without reservation then.
And you'll withdraw if you've taken too much damage?
I
Indeed.
think we can agree to that.
It is, well, I concede it as possible, as you are very clearly skilled in group tactics. It is unlikely for you to be able, I believe it'll be unless you acquired some very advanced weapons, it is unlikely you'll be able to do enough damage at once to completely destroy us. So it should be fine. We should be able to withdraw if we believe we can no longer fight.
Please do not underestimate my people.
I think we can give you a fair shot. We'll
Thank
respect
you.
you as fighters.
Yes, your last match has earned my respect. I will be wary not to underestimate you.
This is appreciated.
Can I pet you? I'm sorry, I don't know where that came from.
It was going
Yes.
so well.
It came from Oberon.
Lies.
Yes, but only on my back, and only near and only near my front, my forelegs.
I do so.
She purrs.
It's very respectful.
She purrs.
May I as well?
I dislike this overstimulation.
Yeah, that's a cat.
May I divert your attention to Mrs. Meow?
Yes.
She's all about it.
You can't. It is a shame that we have to be in Warframe, is because it means Yanto will have to miss Kirei smiling as cutely as possible. You can imagine it, though. Maybe.
Aww.
And as much as you can imagine any expression on Kirei's face.
I mean, Yanto can picture Kirei smiling. Also, that's adorable. Lunch
Yeah,
about.
and after a moment, Blue just says, "Now we must go. Now we must prepare. I wish you the best of luck tomorrow."
You as well. May the best team win.
Indeed. And then they will leave, and I'll call for everyone to roll notice.
Sure.
My sandwich, you motherfucker!
2 1s. Did you just click that picture?
Yeah, I did.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, Kavats are awesome. I love them. I love them so much. For some reason, everything is cuter to me when it is just made monstrous.
Well, yeah.
What did Kira get for
Fucking
notice?
awesome.
2 10s.
2 10s. All right. So, Kira, you are the only one to notice a very, very brief outline of something that had been watching you. Only thing you recognize is something of a Kavat's face, whose fur has been painted like a skull.
Huh.
But it was a very brief moment. And it was gone.
Did it disappear near the door as everything was exiting?
No. It was inside the room. Far behind you. There is no sign of anything having been here.
I wish she knew where it was otherwise, because I really want her to just reach out and pet the invisible spy kitty.
That's how Kiri lost a hand.
You are staying. I am pleased. No, get me out. This is not what I wanted. This was not the plan.
Yeah, you if you happen to look around, yeah, if you happen to look around, or anything, or to investigate, you find absolutely nothing.
That is, and there's no way out of the room except for the door.
That's absolutely correct.
Like, there's nothing, like, no vent sizable enough that a Kavat, open vent that a Kavat could crawl through or something.
There is a vent sizable enough for a Kavat to crawl through. However, it is
Bolted shut.
Bolted and welded shut.
That is quite good. Well,
You you okay there?
Did you see something?
I don't believe it is anything to worry about currently. We should return to our room.
Yeah, sure. After you?
Yeah. So Kira is going to try to stand near the door in such a way that, as everybody exits, that it would be basically that a Kavat leaving would have to brush up against her physically.
Okay. Roll notice.
Sure.
Ghost cat.
Wow, 7 dice straight this time.
Well, so here's the thing. Though you made no sense, so you don't see it again.
Mm-hmm.
But you still get something because of, like, just physically what you do.
Yeah.
You feel nothing. Nothing brushes up against you to leave.
Either she was clever and trapped it in the room, or it is very, very good.
Ghost cat.
Yeah. She's...
Incidentally, so just so you guys know, when you were not otherwise interacting with them, Mr. and Mrs. Meow were, like, sickeningly cute. They nudged heads into each other and were just super affectionate at each other the whole time.
Man, I'm lucky Gunny's up here that I can turn around and keep petting him whenever I get the urge. You jealous, NATO? I have
Yes,
your
I am.
son.
I wish to pet my son.
Nope.
I want my son back.
I want my son back.
Well, this got weird. I mean, weirder than it's got weirder.
Sean!
John!
Jason!
John!
Jason!
Jason.
Nigel.
Press X.
Press X to Jason. Anyway, yeah. Team Vicious Cat has left.
Mostly.
Mostly. You think?
One of them seems to have stayed behind. We might be being followed even now. They are very stealthy. I'm not certain.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's come over me. I don't know why I'm so excited for these Kavats.
I understand.
Do you?
Yes. Prince Trino. We need it. If we were not very busy doing very important things otherwise, I would insist that we head to the derelict graveyard.
You lost me.
What's on the derelict graveyard? Furthermore, what is the derelict graveyard?
Oh, it is. You do not know.
You're just gonna look at Colin.
Do I look like someone who did much after I woke up?
I was not certain. I did not know how far you had traveled. They are old, rundown Orkin ships that are overrun with infested. It is also where Kavats make their home, as they were originally bred to hunt the infested.
Aha! That makes more sense.
We have the capability to grow and raise a Kavat. However, it requires genetic samples.
All right.
Thankfully, when she says that, she means scanning them, not the traditional sense.
All right.
Yes, I have already scanned 5 of the 6 Kavats on Blue's team. Though given that Blue's background says that she was genetically modified, I do not know if hers will count for that.
Maybe we'll just get a super smart kitty.
That would be amazing.
That would be so amazing.
And that was how the universe was colonized by a race of super smart cats. Because 2 crazy Lady Tennos decided to have a nesting instinct. God help us all.
I can think of worse endings.
I almost want to just pick him up by his collar and be like, hey! Oberon presents his mail, you motherfucker.
Rhino, who can't typically be knocked over or kind of lifted, is suddenly lifted up through pure indignant rage.
Yes. Don't get me started on fucking gender roles in the future when it comes to, like, super genetically altered robot people. Or cats. Especially not when I'm in Oberon. I'll fucking throw down for cats.
Just so you know, you kind of feel what Oberon feels.
Yeah. I've been trying to portray that for being super hype about these fucking cats.
Yeah. Now, one thing also that you have experienced is Oberon would totally abandon you fucks to go take that job.
The job of being the caretaker.
Yeah. He would abandon you fucks in a heartbeat.
Not slave to the cats.
So we've got to keep an eye on Oberon. In case he just walks off.
Give me one reason.
I think what you just said there, Manda, is the exact feeling you're getting.
Yeah, that's it.
Give him just one reason and he will go. He will leave you fucks behind.
They need.
But don't you want to stay for your fairy waifu?
Titania is not 6 cats.
I don't know, she's about as insane and uncontrollable.
She's not even 6 cats in a trench coat.
What? That should have been how Team Vicious Cat originally joined the tournament.
You versus the one she warned you about.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, you guys gonna head to your room here in you're gonna head to your room here down here in the Commons, or you're gonna head to your suite?
I think the suite's where we left everyone else, wasn't it?
The sweet spot.
Well, technically,
Yeah.
everybody else is either still in the audience, is still in the audience, or up on Raven's ship. So, but yes, our autonomous Warframe is probably headed towards the.
Yeah. You're pretty sure, anyhow.
Yes, though we have to remember that we will need to leave at least one person in the room tonight.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, well, as long as we don't get accosted by any more cute animals. I don't know, Sandscape in a bobble hat or something.
All right. As you guys head up to the suite, and you guys head up to the suite, and as you guys are heading up, well, as you arrive, you see a familiar Ember standing outside the door, and not an Ember Drax or Grax rather. It's Hikane.
I remember getting my ass kicked by her.
And as soon as she sees you guys on the other side of the hall, she turns and then marches over to you.
Oh, hi.
She stomps your way with purpose.
Hikane, is everything okay aboard the ship?
Yes, everything is fine. What is not fine? And she specifically pokes Kirei in the chest, right in the middle of the Warframe's chest. Is you withholding information from me?
Rhino will take a step forward just to Loki's side and like, I'm sorry, what?
What information are you referring to?
Kennedy Strega moved on her own.
Ah, yes.
There was not another Tenno. There was no other Tenno present inside.
Is this a thing that only we were supposed to know?
Do you remember how we were very surprised when we first encountered that?
Yes.
Yes, this is not a common thing.
I didn't realize that we were the only ones who saw. What was the first one that we got? Valkyr?
Well, Trinity.
Actually,
Trinity,
was
that's right.
Trinity was. Technically, Kirei did see Valkyr first, but most of you saw Trinity first. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
God only knows what's happening with that somewhere in the universe.
Somewhere the universe is red.
Well, remember, that's Violetta.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Violetta's, I'm sure, haven't. Well, remember, we know she was here earlier, so she did not leave a great impression.
Well, no, she left a great impression, like big old dents in the floor and walls.
Yes.
Hikane just takes a step back.
I apologize. To be frank, I do not yet know what to make of it.
It has been a bit of a shock to all of us. We're not strictly holding anything back here. Could we do this inside the suite?
Yes.
That would be ideal.
All right.
Also,
Yes, sir.
I should warn you all that we may be being watched.
By who?
I believe Team Vicious Cat has someone tailing us in order to spy on us. perhaps to discover any plans we might make regarding tomorrow's match.
Can I roll influence wildlife to tell if there are cats in the area?
Your cat dar.
My cat radar.
Detect cat.
May I?
Yeah, I'll say that you can. It won't specifically be cats, but just like
To detect creatures in the area.
like wildlife in general. Yeah. Just to feel out to see if there is anything you can possibly influence. Because
2 10s.
No, not currently.
We're fine.
Okay, good. They were in the room. They were in the room while we were there, so I wasn't sure if they intended to follow us all the way out.
Yeah. When you guys enter the room, Hikane will step out of Ember immediately.
Maybe
Yeah.
you're just seeing cats where cats aren't.
It is
Trinity
better than the
is
alternative,
already
is not seeing cats where cats are.
Trinity is already in the room.
Yes. I assume moving about.
Yeah. She currently is she's currently holding Titania in both hands, much to Titania's chagrin.
I assume Titania was causing some amount of trouble.
Yes.
I'll step out of the.
How could you tell with some of the various paint you saw strewn around the hallway? The hallway leading here.
Oh. Well, good. That's not our problem then.
Yeah, MT steps out of Oberon. Yanta, you step out of Rhino.
Yeah.
Kirei will step out of Loki, sure. To which, and then I assume that Hikane will stare as Oberon will actually begin moving once MT steps out. Though she may be somewhat aware of what Oberon and Titania are kind of unique.
Yes, she is. But not like this.
Yeah.
Oberon walks over to Trinity Strega and holds up a hand, and she lets Titania go, and Titania flies behind Oberon. She's tiny this whole time.
Yeah.
She flies behind Oberon and points angrily at Trinity, while kind of behind his shoulder.
Oh, great. Now what?
Leave them to themselves for the moment.
Trinity's motioning towards the door and then motioning all around. Oberon folds his arms over his chest, displeased.
Kira will give an appreciative nod to Trinity, but otherwise, well...
Yes. In fact, part of the reason of our investigating this is why we are here. Saren seems to be the same case as well. A Warframe that has something of a personality capable of moving on their own. Though, except under certain circumstances, they are not capable of using any of their abilities.
I was under the impression that this was another Tenno that we were trying to save.
That would not appear to be the case. In
Have
fact,
you gone up to see her? It's honestly not hard to sneak into a room.
I was not aware of the location of her room.
Do you want to know?
You could give me an out. You can roll out think if you want.
How bad of an idea that would be?
Roll out think.
I think Hikane is absolutely the kind of person who will just go and bust in and take her if...
What'd you get?
Nothing.
Nothing.
3, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is a fantastic idea.
This is such a good idea.
Oh no!
On the bright side, one good way to ensure that they survive Weapon is to ensure that they get thrown out of the tournament before they fight Weapon.
How did you know that this might be my plan?
Yes. Tell me where she is and I will go get her now.
I do not think that is advisable.
She's
Yeah.
pretty happy.
We do not want to fight the entirety of Kella the Thames forces, even with as many Tenno as we have here.
She looks at you with a stoicism matching yours, but you know full well she is judging you for your restraint.
Do not get me wrong. I considered it. However, I do not believe there is they are not, without us maintaining transference with them, they cannot use these Warframes. She gestures to Trinity, Oberon, and Titania. Cannot use their abilities, and they are not, well, possibly with Titania's exception, quite as mobile as they would be under our guidance. It would be very... You would not only have to get to her and get out, but you would have to take it at a slower pace.
I
It would
see.
be- And I do not know about yourself, but I know we did not come with the gear we did not come with the gear to facilitate such a long-running battle.
I would require Sukumono for this.
She says, looking displeased to admit that.
And I suspect he would also advise restraint.
Your suspicions are founded.
He does seem greatly concerned for your safety.
Far too much.
And that is all Kyrie is going to touch that topic. She may be a kind of blunt person, but even she is well aware enough to maybe not involve herself in anything between what she is fairly certain at this point is a couple. Also, and that is aside from my out-of-character knowledge that I know I don't want to involve myself in whatever is going on there. No good can come from being caught in the middle of it. It's not historically proven to end well for anybody.
How do they...
Move? Think?
Yes.
Shrug.
I believe they are capable of some limited amount of drawing upon void energy, but without us they cannot. So they are mobile on their own, but with the exception of Titania's ability to turn small and fly, they cannot normally use their abilities, though it is worth noting that in Oberon and Titania's case, they can around ley lines on Earth.
Ley lines?
Yes. Have you heard of the Silver Grove?
That was a matter that Raven had handled before.
Indeed, we encountered it recently. Evidently, there are ley lines of some kind of natural energy. I am unclear on many of the specifics of what it is, on how it works, but at the very least, Oberon and Titania can draw power from them. As for how they think or why, that I have no current idea about. Colin,
Aye.
have they... I take it as long as you have known Titania and Oberon, they have been self-aware?
He nods. Even before the fall, Albaran was like this.
Oh. I was not aware that... I see. That is most interesting indeed.
Albaran's been my partner for a very long time.
Well, that does give us some more information. We know that we know then that this is not a recent trend that has happened in the years since.
I mean, if you don't mind me interjecting for a moment.
Of course not.
I mean, it fits the theory I'm working on at the moment. If the Orokin were building these Warframes and they were, for example, prototypes or, I don't know, flagship models or something like that, building them to operate at peak efficiency where they're supposed to be makes more sense than giving them general void powers across the spectrum. It may be that our friends here are, I don't know, models designed for autonomous function without need of a pilot. But obviously, to ensure some kind of level of control, they can only access their powers in the locations they're intended to be. So if one was to be taken somewhere else, it would be much less effective without a Tenno pilot.
So do you believe that all Warframes then, not just Titania and Oberon, have some matter of location that they would be able to use their abilities?
Most likely, no. I personally think there's probably some kind of difference between the frames we assemble ourselves and the frames we found here.
The difficult thing is we can't necessarily ask them where they came from either. And even if we could, who knows what kind of memory they might have.
So the frames... So that does match... So then your theory is that the frames that we assemble from the plans that we find or research, those ones are, of course, just suits of armor, empty shells, but that the original Orokin ones were somewhat autonomous.
Whatever it was, they've got some kind of spark in them that allows them to touch directly into the void energy and actually function.
Kira is going to think, because she does not clearly recall now, was Octavia autonomous?
We'll remember.
That's a question.
Is this something that we want her to do right now? Is she gonna tap into some like fucking deep dark memory and she's just gonna go nuts on us and we're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, as you don't know what she's thinking and all she's doing is looking in
there's no way for
I
us
don't
to...
know. Just thinking about Octavia, maybe she starts boogieing slightly.
Let's just go ahead and add that relationship with the void. Seems appropriate.
Oh, no.
2 10s.
Do you want the bad news or the bad news?
Well, there's no saying, you guys.
Let's go with the bad news, I guess.
The bad news is that no, you do not recall having a
Sentient Warframe.
well, to be specific, you don't recall having someone with whom you could share a bond like you have with Trinity.
Right.
You want the other bad news?
Sure.
When you are within Loki, you do not feel cramped. You don't feel another mind being there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not until you use transference with Trinity that you felt what it's like to have another mind with you, and you distinctly recall that feeling being similar in Octavia.
Kirei pales a little bit.
And you also distinctly recall there was only one Octavia ever made.
Yes, and though Raven say likely has one now, that is one that she built from the plans she found.
A lot of the things that Raven has, everything that Raven has is stuff that she's built from blueprints.
Right, she doesn't actually
there
have
was-
any original
Octavia
Warframe.
was never mass produced. It was custom made to do one very particular thing.
Play music. It's just that music did things.
She was made to play the song that would end worlds.
Kirei suddenly considers it very fortunate that Warframes cannot use their powers when left on their own.
Oh, do you want the third bit of bad news? I forgot about that.
Oh, no. What's the third bit?
The third bit of bad news is that you remember seeing Saren using her powers in the arena for some reason.
Did she use her powers? We know she used...
Yes.
She did.
I was going to bring that up, but I was going to wait for Kirei to have her moment.
Yeah, you feel free to bring that up as Kirei is coming to a silent and very nerve-wracking realization that she is probably not going to share at the moment.
The only thing that I can't understand is that we saw Saren use her abilities. But when I saw her again in the room that she's in, she doesn't seem to be able to do anything.
You are right, she did.
So, is someone piloting her, or are they giving her void energy? What?
Yanta's going to kind of pull MT and Kiri over to one side for a second. Can I have a word with you guys really quickly?
Yes.
Sure.
Look, we know that the general has been putting these warframes in place, right?
That is a theory we are working under. We do not know that for sure.
Theoretically, if you were going to put a warframe in a place where they could do a huge amount of damage, wouldn't it make sense to ensure that it can use its powers independently?
Yes, the Ember that was accompanying Sarius Rook was also using it one independently. Now that I think about it, since it is impossible that it would be piloted, there must be some conditions that allow it.
Question is, do we try and explain this to these guys?
Well, I believe Colin already knows.
Well, I know. Fuck's sake, you know what I mean. I know Colin knows, but I'm just.
I believe.
Speaking of, he's currently running interference. Rather than like going along with you, like he's currently chatting up Hikane, so she does not notice that you guys are having a team talk without her, as it has been empirically proven that she
doesn't like us hiding things from her.
That she will kick your ass if she's hiding things from her.
Always encouraging.
She is already suspicious. However, whatever we mention, we do not mention the rogues to her.
All right, fine.
Then, yeah, she'll return and sit down as though, I don't know, maybe come back with, you know what, she'll go and get, like, drinks as though, like, glasses of water for everybody.
Yeah, that works.
Just
She'll
before...
hand some to,
just before Kira goes, it's like, I've got a different... I'll tell her something else.
Very well.
And she will, Kira will pour glasses of water for everybody, put them on, like, I don't know if there's a tray or something, and bring it out.
Thank you. Hi, thanks.
Cheers. Yeah, Akane, we're still throwing up some ideas at the moment as to exactly how Saren could be using powers like that. Best we could come up with, a while back we were at this Corpus lander. They were doing some, well, sort of on the nod stuff for Nefanya, which I'm not entirely. No, not Nefanya. Was it Nefanya?
Yeah, you were dicking over Nefanya.
Yes, aocT was paying us to dig
Yes,
over.
aocT
aocT
was
was
digging
paying
over.
us to sabotage Nefanyo.
Yeah, we sabotaged one of Nefanyo's rip-offs of the Zanuka project, and we found this void energy battery inside the prototype. Maybe that kind of technology is starting to spread out. Nothing like a corpus to spread a shitty bit of technology around if people will buy it.
That could solve how they are using their abilities, though.
Mm.
It does not explain. I think we may have a working theory. I believe there were some, though not all, original models made by the Orkin were, for reasons unclear, to have personality and autonomous movement, and that any made after any that have been made by us in our armories, assembled from plans, lack that. Therefore, any we find that are capable of that are likely date back from before the collapse.
I see.
As to what purpose that was supposed to serve or why, I can only guess, given that the Orkin did not think very much of us. Perhaps their intention was to someday replace us entirely.
Do you think that's something that was added after the fact?
I do not know.
I wonder. I wonder if it's something that might be innate in all Warframes and then is just suppressed, or if it's something that could be introduced. The concept of a personality, autonomy.
I think it would only exist for... I don't know. Though I can say with some certainty that Warframes built by us lack that, and possibly lack the capability entirely. Or I do not think we would just be uncovering this now.
Indeed.
The vast majority of Warframes that Tano currently use are ones that have been made from plans, not found. Most of the original Warframes from the, or so we had believed, had been lost.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, what really makes them so fundamentally different? What do you do when building your Warframes that is different from how an original Warframe was built?
The problem is we do not know how an original Warframe was built. We build them in an armory which can assemble components from the materials we have and then piece those components together.
Only 7 people knew how Warframes were built.
You're referring to the Emperors.
She nods.
It seems unlikely. Unless they kept as yet undiscovered records, it seems unlikely we are going to find the answer to that then.
It's just... it bothers me, I guess.
I understand.
It's strange to see Oberon moving around and Excalibur not, you know?
Yeah. Kiri looks like she wants to say something, but decides now isn't the time. Instead, she will say,
It just seems like there's something wrong.
the Orkin as a whole had command over void energy. Their technology incorporates it. our technology, the armories, cannot directly infuse something with the void, though they can make things that can be powered by the void. Therefore, at least that is what I have come to believe. Therefore, that could be at least part of the missing component. Some measure of the void, utilizing the void may have been involved in the original's creation.
I see. This is something I'm going to have to... I need to speak with the Lotus.
Yes.
Thank you for coming clean.
I apologize for not bringing it up sooner, but the tournament and everything that has been happening here has been on the forefront of our minds. We have reported the basics to the Lotus, though not obviously not any of the insights we have just come to here. We have not had much time to think upon it until now.
She nods.
And I will excuse myself to do so.
Very well.
And yeah, she'll leave.
I am worried, however.
About?
If she and Tsukimono begin investigating the autonomous warframes, they may eventually become aware of the rogues, and while I cannot say for certain regarding Tsukimono, I do not think Hikane will take their existence lightly.
That's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it.
Yes.
I suspect we're going to find out sooner rather than later.
Yes. It may become time that we will need to inform the Lotus of what we have learned.
MT's just gonna lean back and cross her arms. Thinking.
If there is... I have thought more on the matter, and I do not believe the Lotus will want fighting between Tenno. Therefore, she may be able to, if we request, she may be able to aid us in helping hide the existence of the rogues and letting us deal with it more covertly.
That's good.
If that's what happens.
At least that is what I will attempt. If we do report to her, that is what I will attempt to convince her is the advisable course of action.
And if we don't tell her and things go wrong, we pretty much guarantee that it will go loud.
Yes, that is my concern. If she finds out from another source, without the particular insights we have to the rogues, we may be unable to contain a larger conflict.
MT wants to say something, but also she doesn't want to say anything.
She can say something. You know, I mean, at the very least, you know that Hira is not an easily offended person. So,
MT, you've got that face again.
How do we know that she doesn't already know?
We do not.
Every possibility that she's already following every single step we make.
It is also possible, and if she does not know, that might actually, if she does know, however, then that would actually be a good sign. The fact that she has not informed us of the rogues means that we already know she is invested in keeping the information secret, if that is the case.
Seems to be a lot of secrets going around.
Yes. I dislike keeping secrets from other Tenno. However, I dislike the idea of the Tenno going to war with other Tenno even more.
I understand.
Ain't life as a Tenno fucking grand. Can't trust anyone.
It is not a matter of trust. It is simply a matter of emotion. Inevitably, some Tenno will see the existence of the rogues as a grave betrayal. And they will strike out in an attempt to bring justice or for revenge.
True. But it does leave me wondering
Yes.
if, like we've theorized, if the Lotus is already aware of the rogues and that this is a sign that she is already aware of it and is keeping it a secret, why, A, has she not quietly told us to stop? And B, who is dealing with it?
The answer to A is that she does not know we are investigating it, or at least is not certain enough to risk tipping us off if we don't already know.
The
have not
answer might
reported to
also
her.
be that she assumes a lot of them are already dead.
Yes, the official records do state that the rogues were, even if she knew of their existence pre-collapse, she may not know that they survived. As to the second one, that is a good question indeed. We are not yet aware of anyone else opposing them.
Well, I mean,
Though,
theoretically, Raven could have come here for that reason. Any of the others I know here could have come for that exact reason.
I do not believe that to be the case, though.
Well, maybe not Team DE, but you know what I mean.
Well, the reason I say that is if so, they missed their chance already. They would have made their move by now.
Possibly not.
We know that, no, there are no more remaining rogues in this tournament. Weapon is not a rogue. He wishes to destroy them as he wishes, but he is also not a person working for the Lotus as he wishes to destroy us.
If I came into here looking to liberate a Warframe, which I believe could be used as part of a rogue plot, what would be the more reasonable approach to getting hold of what I wanted? Fighting my way through the tournament, risking my life again and again and again, or wait until the final when everyone's distracted, slip in and take Saren from underneath everyone else's noses while they're busy. Especially when you realize it's going to be the two most dangerous combatants throughout the entire tournament going head to head.
They could be, but there is one flaw in that plan.
Which would be?
That in that plan, either you are fighting in the tournament or you have already been beaten and will not be at full strength.
No, true. Unless you intend on that happening in the first place.
I believe if anyone had come with the intent to steal Saren directly and knew where she was and was capable of that, she adds, thinking of Hikane, they would have already attempted to do so long before they risked wearing themselves down. And while there is the mech, and while it is true that the finals will keep the crowd busy for mechs for as much as possible, security would be busy. The actual security forces would be busiest when there are more competitors present.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's fair.
As well, I did not wish to bring this up before now. However, Bookkeeper was a rogue. Though, that is a fair assumption you may have already made. She will look at MT.
MT's still got her arms folded, just thinking.
We can discuss... I did learn some interesting things about them from him, but we can discuss that later. We have more immediately, I do wish to draw our attention to a problem at hand, if that is okay.
What is it?
There is something very unusual about weapons in Asia, and I cannot place my finger on it. I wish to go over tapes of weapons fights and see if I can figure out what that is. Will you aid me?
Me?
Well,
What makes you think
all
that
of
I can help?
All of you. Different people have different perspectives. I look at things from one perspective. You are very intuitive, even though due to your amnesia, you lack some of the more outright knowledge of the rest of us. Colin and Yanto also have their own specific expertises they can bring. Anyone may notice something I have missed. Her abilities do not, its abilities do not work quite the same. And I am uncertain as to why.
All right. Let's look.
All right. So yeah, you guys can spend some time reviewing tapes, and I'll have you guys each roll a notice check.
Cool.
Cool.
I'll use the relationship with Naruman. Know the enemy. This is actually important enough. Is an active notice roll and important enough for Kirei to draw on relationships for it.
Relationships only get shocked when you completely fail a roll. Everything's under 5, right?
No, it's if you fail the roll.
If you fail to make a match, it's shocked. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case I've put my relationship with Clem back into crisis.
Used your mistake was using your relationship with Clem to notice something important.
Well, because he got ran through by fucking.
Okay,
by
I guess that's fair.
I got 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7.
You're reminded of how you failed to protect him.
You are.
What did I?
Put your results in the chat, Amanda and Zach.
Here's my usual luck at
man.
ORE. I'm gonna roll great for anything that's not combat.
Amanda, do either you or Zach have other sets?
Other sets?
Yeah, this is a notice roll.
Yeah, I already have two. I have two
for a
files.
Monster.
So
No, that's all I got.
okay.
2 by 5.
2 by 5? Okay. Because I could go with your 10s, but that just means you're gonna get less information because you're both.
I mean, technically, you could argue that they're just basically totaled, and we learn more about the 10 location. Since width actually does matter for if you're using this as a notice monster check.
Yeah, it does, but
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to argue that since we're making it simultaneously, they would not add together, that is also fine.
no, I'll just give you guys some information. You get, if I remember correctly, you get the total dice as well, no matter what.
Yes, I believe you get the current dice as of the notice check and or maybe the total max. I don't remember, and you get all of the location names, and then additional width basically gives you details on that location.
Yeah,
so,
which is a rule that we'd never use.
we use very rarely because usually we just give more or less most details automatically by getting a wide enough set, but if you wish to use that here, if there are details you wish to hide, that is fine.
No, it's fine.
Like, I am okay if you want to say there are things we cannot uncover via this and leave them as a surprise.
There were things that you can't uncover with the notice roll anyway.
Okay.
That is not something new. You get the location names and their total and their max dice.
I'm not sure whether it's max or current or both. Yeah, and I don't have the book, so that'd be something you would have to look up. Or did somebody? I don't think anyone is. No, no one has sent me the book yet. I'll have to buy it or some such. Now that I can afford to buy game books.
All right, that one is.
Now, granted, maybe the more logical thing would have also been to research Team Vicious Cat, but they've had comparatively short matches, so I don't know how much we get off of seeing it. Most of the things they were shown to do are things we already are aware Kavats are capable of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, I'm gonna post this here in the chat. You may notice some strange symbols like question marks and exclamation points and
God damn it, Nate.
plus something. So
I am very upset at one of those locations.
MT, you get a good look at the gun.
That's the name of the gun. I am slightly less concerned.
You get a good look and good examination of by the way, Luke.
Memoria, right?
Yo.
Yeah. I totally forgot. You can roll an extra die and see if you make it. See if you make a set from that.
Let's roll a die and
You'd have Colin's help.
Sweet Jesus, I got well, that's 2 by 10, but I think we've already got 10 out of 10s.
That doesn't mean your relationship isn't shocked, though, as you would have died.
Yeah, this is true.
I totally forgot that Colin was going to be helping somebody. If you ask about it, I'm sure that
technically, wouldn't we actually already know the stats of the gun?
That's true. Yeah. If you happen to ask about it to the others, like they can tell you that that Ava had referred to her custom Magnus as Memoria.
Mm-hmm.
But never explained why. Those of you who made 10s, no, actually, all three of you get a thing here. All four of you, technically, Colin's there. All four of you get a particular thing. So you notice how there is how these locations have 2 numbers attached to them. Like, Hollow Justice has 5D plus 5D question mark exclamation point. This is because of a thing that you realize as you are watching Nasia fight. The thing that is so off-putting and just bizarre, and this is what you were noticing, is whenever they hit, whenever they do anything, they do with the force of double itself.
Kirei notices that and her eyes widen.
There is another thing that you notice because you get all the locations here. Usually, whenever that happens, whenever that kicks in, and Nasia catches something in its hand that should have taken its arm off or knocked it down, or taken a blow, like just shrugged off a blow that just should have completely decimated it. It's like that. It's like the hackles raise on, like your hackles raise. Like the hair on the back of your neck raises whenever it happens. As if there's some kind of transference static or some kind of problem.
Yeah,
Something clearly broken.
Is it broken, or does it look more like some kind of incompatibility?
Well, no, it would certainly be compatible. It is hitting with it is hitting with double its force.
Okay.
It is resisting damage at double efficiency, but it's it's a very hard thing to describe.
It's working twice as hard, and yet it's clearly busted, so it should not be as powerful as it is.
Exactly. Like something is broken, and that might be what's causing it to work like this, or something. Like you didn't get sixes, so you didn't get the tails on it. You recognize that there's something going on with transference.
So the real question is just, where's he getting all this energy from?
Does MT say that out loud?
Yes.
Kirei is very much staring openly. She will look to Yanto as if silently asking if she should say anything.
That can't be right.
It's the only explanation.
No, but it's impossible.
Not for her.
Yanto,
Hi.
roll courage.
Oh.
I was waiting. I was like, when's the courage roll is going to get rolled out?
Oh. 3 sevens.
3 sevens. Okay. You're going to think back to something.
All right. Is my face not shocked out?
No. You take no damage. But you're like, as Kirei looks at you, and you have this brief exchange. You do your memories return return to the surface, or come to the surface. It was shortly after Ava woke you and brought you to her ship. She was a beautiful girl, tall, lean-muscled, preferred a short haircut, and was always smiling. She had you in the co-pilot seat at the time as she was driving the ship. And she just kind of looks over at you and says, for the first time since you'd seen her smile breaking a little, if you're going to be working with me, there's something I should probably warn you about. It kind of freaks other Tenno out. So, I'll understand if you'd rather me just drop you off at the nearest relay.
What? No. It's cool. It's cool.
You're sure?
Yeah. It's cool. It'll be fine.
She just looks ahead, still frowning.
Well, there's a way we can all interact with the void.
Sorry.
By sneezing?
Yes.
There's a way we can all interact with the void. You know, you can mend metal and metal. I know some that can fire a concentrated void energy into things with their hands. I can slip into the void.
Like become invisible?
No. I can be in both real space and the void at the same time.
So you can literally be in two places at once.
She nods.
That's not scary. That's cool.
She'd be the sigh of relief.
Oh man, like you could high five yourself across the plane of existence.
Maybe. Well, I mean, you've been sleeping for a while, so you haven't been in the void recently.
Has anything changed?
I guess not. I mean, it's always been.
She kind of furrows her brow.
Well, most people would describe it as a scary place. I kind of find it comfortable.
Well, surely that's good then. You're the only person who finds it comfortable, but that means you can do more than other people can.
It also means I don't have a lot of friends.
You got me.
Thanks, Yonto.
No.
That means a lot.
That's nothing. Just... yeah.
And it was only whenever you actually saw it done in the battlefield that you really understood why it put people off. Because whenever she did this, it immediately raised the hair on the back of your neck and made you feel jolts of uncomfortable energy in your whole body.
Ooh.
As if it were something horrible and unnatural, like there was an impending doom sitting on your shoulder so long as she was doing this. Only when you saw it in action, rather than hearing it from her mouth, did you understand why other Tenno may have found this terrifying.
Yeah, that's understandable. When you feel an overwhelming sense of cosmic horror, that's
Yes.
not great.
And yeah, that was the number that just kind of came to the forefront of your mind.
Yeah, Yanto just keeps staring at the screen. then if is it her?
I don't think there's any other explanation at this point.
I've got to talk with her.
Wait.
Bad,
No, I
bad
can't.
idea.
No, I can't. I'll be careful, all right? I'll be careful. I just need to go.
You're not going to go alone.
No, just let me. I need.
MT, Colin, please remain here.
Are you serious? Weapon wants to kill you.
And thus far has shown restraint that they will not do so outside the confines of the tournament.
She has a point.
And if you antagonize them,
I don't intend that to be what we do. I do not think Yanto does either.
look, just be careful. Something's not right.
I know. She is going to... She will stand near Yanto and give his hand a squeeze before getting into Loki.
Yeah, Yanto's looking very shaky, but climbed into Rhino again.
All right. Are you guys going to head downstairs and head down to the commons?
Yeah.
All right. You can go to weapons room.
Yanto,
Yeah.
I wish to share with you one last insight before we go. Her ability was very unique and unusual. It is entirely possible that when Mesa was destroyed, if she was using it at the time, there may have been an accident of some kind.
I know. Honestly, at this point, I think that's maybe the kindest possibility.
Just keep in mind that while we do not yet know why, she does currently seem to hate us.
I know.
I apologize.
You don't have to.
At times like this, I find it very inconvenient that I cannot very well display what, if anything, I feel.
You're not the only one who has that kind of problem.
Right.
You gonna give the door knock?
Yeah.
After a moment, it opens. Weapon stands there. It's always weird seeing this Neja up close too. You know how Neja should look, but like it's scarred and stitched together, and kind of haphazardly pieced together. It doesn't have the signature cloth like robes or pieces of it on it. It doesn't have any of the fanciful decorations that Neja is most known for, and the sort of general air of flamboyance that it's known for. Nor does it even have the unique kind of pigtail like decorations hanging from the sides of its head. It's looks like a torn apart exosuit that is especially thin.
Yeah, as I will.
Lepin just stares at you.
I'd like to talk. Can we come in? Please.
No.
I
You know
Ava.
who you are.
Ava, I'm sorry. Please. I just want to talk. I want to explain.
And it's that point, when you say her name, something happens. Something clicks or snaps, and let's roll some dice here.
Oh no.
You guys are going to roll transference.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
We have triggered something not good.
No. 5.
Well, I would use the relationship with Yanto here if it wasn't,
Shocked out.
shocked out.
Woo, shocked out. I'll throw my relationship in with the void, funnily enough.
Yeah, that actually does
Yeah.
sound. Oh, you have one too.
Yeah.
Nate, should I be rolling for height or width here?
Both.
Well,
Okay.
it's only one different in height. I'll go with the 3x3 I rolled instead of the 2x4. So what a surprise! Yanto's is weaker but stable, and Kirei's is stronger but not great.
Okay. Kirei.
Yep.
You are going to take 3 emotional shocks to the face, or no, the brains.
Okay.
That transfers into your Warframe.
Oof.
Yanto, you will only take 1.
Why is it always
As-
got to be locations I like on my Warframe?
As when you refer to her, when you refer to Ava, you notice something. I'm going to, for free, give you information on a location.
Okay.
There is
Transference error location, I'm guessing.
yes. One second.
Well, that seems interesting.
As there is this brief glint that you get of something standing behind Nasia, of some hazy figure, like Mesa. It's brief. It is painful. It is excruciatingly painful. You feel static in the void that ruptures through you and through your Warframe, and it's gone.
That's probably not good for Kirei, but we shouldn't shock out a location.
And Weapon just says, "I know nothing." And we'll close the door.
Did you see that?
Yanto is just silently walking back up to the suite. Look
Yanto,
very stiff. He just keeps on walking.
Yanto, please talk to me.
No, he'll just go. If no one stops him, he's just gonna go back into the suite.
Place a hand on his shoulder as she wants to talk with him.
Yanto, please.
What? What do you want?
I know.
If you haven't got anything to say, then just let me go.
I do not wish you to be alone, for one. You saw that, did you not?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw her.
No. Not her. I think I understand now. For better or worse, it is not her. I believe all along Ava's Warframe may have been autonomous as well. I think what we are dealing with is not her. I think it is Mesa itself. I do not know if that makes things better or worse, but this is not something you need to endure alone.
I don't want to do this alone. But I can't share this with people. I need to just let this out. And
Not even me.
the way I want to let it out, I wouldn't want to be around people I care about so much. I'm never going to get a chance to say goodbye to her.
Nor will I. But I understand. Do what you need to. There are always things we need to keep private.
No. No, stay with me. Please stay with me.
Very well.
I promised myself I wasn't going to just let this happen again. Let the anger dictate what I do. I need to be better than that. Otherwise I haven't learned a fucking thing. He's gonna just reach out and just hold Kerry.
Yeah, she will return the embrace, and then let us return to our competition room. We can contact MT and Colin.
Yeah.
And let them know that we will be staying here for a bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And I will say that because of your awareness of this now, I'll say that you are now aware of the Ava Spectre. Oh, 1 second. Never mind, that isn't very loud. So you're now aware of the Ava Spectre, and that you have the ability to affect it, or what remains of her. Should you come into conflict, you're aware that the only way you can damage this is to
Bleed something into it, I take it.
no.
Not
The
even
only,
that.
the only way you can damage the Ava Spectre is to either roll Charm to try to reason with her, or roll Transference to instill upon her a memory of her humanity.
Oh man, I'm gonna like when we finally. Oh,
The latter bit is going to be a unique thing. Should you succeed at a transference roll, you may narrate a memory of Ava.
Well, guys, I know what I'm going to spend literally the entire fight against Weapon doing.
You don't know what the Ava Spectre can do.
We do not. Other than that, it can obviously backlash and hurt us a lot.
Obviously, it can do that.
Here's a question. Would that affect Colin since he is not currently operating a Warframe, or is that a specific thing for active transference? Would he basically be immune to the back? Well, yeah, I guess we
don't know.
We don't, I suppose it is true. Also, I'm trying to figure out how to... I'm really trying to figure out how we will eventually advise them, don't aim for the 6s in character, as it is not a tangible present. Look, guys.
It is not tangible and it will destroy your brain.
Yeah, please be very careful.
So yeah, you're able to go to your competition rooms and contact MT and Colin and explain that you're okay.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, because that's
so-
the first thing out of her mouth when you're contacting her. Like, are you okay? I knew I should have left. Where are you?
The question is, will Yanto participate, or will he want a moment while Kira handles this call?
I'm assuming that if there's a video call, MT will just see Yanto walk by in the rear of the shot, lay down on the sofa, and silently start crying.
Where are you?
We are in our room. We are unharmed. I think we will be staying here. I ask that you give us some time. I apologize, but
It's fine.
If you're sure.
You're safe. It's fine.
yes. We will have more to discuss regarding this later. For now, I suggest we focus on our upcoming match, as well as potentially protecting the Reapers, should it come to that.
Sure.
All right.
I'm just going to hang up. Spent all that time being fucking worried, and then she's just like, we're fine. We're in a room alone. Don't come. Sure. Sure.
Look,
Yeah, Colin's just like,
look.
all right there, MT.
I'm fine. It's fine. They're fine. We're all fine.
You are not fine. I look at you and I see a girl who is the opposite of fine.
Well, we're a team,
Ow.
man.
And I
They've
realize
seen me at my worst and at my lowest. And if they're going through some shit, they don't want me to be a part of that, to help them.
I'm assuming MT could possibly read between the lines that Yanto is an emotional fucking wreck right now, and just
I know.
needs-
I'm upset about it.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah,
I mean, you can ignore them and go down anyway, but
No, I'm not going to ignore them. They clearly don't want me there. That would be rude. I'll just be angry in my own room.
wow, you are really mad.
Yanto, you're still crying. No, there's something really salty in the air. No, wait, it's just MT 2 floors above us.
more than 2 floors. But yeah, no. Colin, he's just like, all right. I suppose that's fair. By the way, when I said just a moment ago that you look like a girl who was the opposite of fine, I wasn't talking about your looks.
Ugh.
I just realized that could have been a foot firmly in my mouth.
You just put it there.
I knew I had it in me.
I know you weren't talking about my looks, Colin. Why is everyone a horny teenager?
I'm not. I'm a monk.
It's okay. They'll deal with whatever is going on. I trust them.
If this upsets you, though, it's something worth bringing up to him.
No.
Next time you get the chance.
Yeah, what?
We have a lot of downtime in this ship. A lot.
How am I supposed to ask them? When it comes right down to it, they've been through more than I've been through. They remember going through more than I remember going through.
Right.
And so whatever they're working through right now, it's their business. And I shouldn't assume that I should be privy to that. I'm just a teammate, an asset.
I don't think that.
Thank you, Colin. There's no use in getting worked up.
I mean, that's fair. I would be saying something similar. But either way, it's something worth considering. That if something does upset you, and you can meditate on it all you want, and it still upsets you, then it's a totally valid thing to be upset about. And something that should be addressed. They're friends to you, right?
Thought so.
They probably think the same. They're just deal with things differently than you might be used to. Odd to say when you're the state to say your memories, but some things are muscle memory. Well, just when you have downtime next, say, hey guys, I appreciate that you are dealing with something very deep and very personal, but I'm your friend, and I want to go through these things with you and do anything I can to help.
I think they've made it pretty clear that they don't want my help.
Well, I'm trying to suggest a
No, I get it. I get it. I know.
positive and constructive way of going about that.
I
All right.
understand. Yeah. We'll see if we survive this first.
Alternatively, you can always just barge in there and be like, you quit making out. I was worried about you.
No. No, I'll stay here and brood and it'll be fine.
I wish you the best of luck. I'm the hardest person to brood around. Satania is the hardest person to brood around. Look at her.
Someone has to.
She's
Someone
staring at
has
you.
to keep an eye on her.
She's staring at you and considering all the ways that she can fuck up your day. There's evil in that helmet. She doesn't have eyes.
Maybe she does. You don't know.
Maybe. It's true. I'm not her. You know what I think will make you feel better? Or at least get your mind off things. If we go pop a visit to Saren.
We do need to check up on her.
And you also look like a girl who needs a cuddle. That's really not something I can provide.
Colin, you're the worst.
I guess that's a lot.
You're the worst at everything. Who would you get it from? These two? Points at Titania and Oberon.
No one. And that, in its own way, is a lot. He gives you a grin, though.
Yeah, let's go check up on Saren.
Yeah, you guys can go check up on Saren. Her current guards are her guards right now. They're having a bit of a tiff. You see, one wrote a very nice poem to the other, right? But the other hadn't written a poem for them. That was a surprise. And you know what they say? You can't just give someone a gift and not tell them to expect a gift. Well, why? I was doing a nice thing for you, buddy. Yeah, well, I didn't do a nice thing for you back. That makes me look bad. That makes me feel bad. It was a nice poem. I can't write poetry. You know
Man,
that.
it would be such a shame if I actually sent Ember down here to completely destroy these guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll keep that in mind next time. Yeah, you do that. For now,
Like I
you
walked
take
into an episode of Cromartie High School.
For now, I can't give you a poem, but you take these flowers instead. Oh man, flowers? This is so much better than my poem. I hate you. No, I hate you. I hate you more. I hate you the most. And they shove each other.
And I just sneak right past him.
So yep, you guys sneak past, and you find Saren in her room. She's just relaxing amongst the flowers. She sees them. And she sees you and is immediately energetic. She instantly stands up and approaches the two of you.
Hello. How are you holding up?
She touches your face. And then like sets the side of her face against the side of yours. As if like it were some kind of embrace wherein she doesn't quite understand how an embrace works.
She's doing her best. Good. I'm glad you're okay. There's some complications.
She
If
looks at you with
things-
her head tilted.
If things work out the way that they're probably going to work out, we're going to have to fight a very difficult enemy to try to free you. And the way things are going, I don't know how possible it's going to be that we're going to win.
She looks downtrodden.
We'll do everything we can. It's just competition is tough. Life is tough. And there's a lot of things, not just in this arena, but out there, who are very interested in you and things like you. And I'm worried it's only going to get worse.
she reaches out and takes one of your hands and both of hers, as if to quietly express that she only prefers your interest.
I don't know what to say. I'll do my best.
She looks around. And she goes and she finds a very sweet smelling flower. And she goes and she finds a very sweet smelling flower, and then looks at you, and then looks at it, and then looks at you, and sets it down, and then cautiously goes up to you, and like puts a hand on the center of Oberon's chest. Or did you take Excalibur or Oberon?
I took Excalibur. Oberon needs his chance to chill.
She puts her hand on the center of Excalibur, and then like kind of like pulls her hand away as if she was trying to pull something out.
Oh, you want to me? Are there any cameras in here?
She does it again. Colin looks around, then stops and goes, "You know, if there were cameras in here, wouldn't they have already busted us for sneaking in?"
You know? Good point. Yeah, why not?
And
fuck it.
If you do look around, you see that there are cameras in here. It's just plant growth has covered them all.
You cheeky girl. Yeah, I'll leave the Warframe. I'll leave Excalibur.
And she will excitedly give you a very sweet smelling flower.
Thank you. This is beautiful.
It's potted. She'll never actually like pluck them or anything. And she does that thing again where she like rubs the side of her helmet against the side of your face.
Thank you.
She looks at you and tilts her head to the side and then just nods.
I'm going to get you out of here.
She nods enthusiastically this time.
Thanks for believing in me.
She sets a hand to the center of your chest. And yeah, she sets a hand to the center of your chest and then like kind of like gives you another like reaffirming nod. She seems happy to actually feel your heartbeat.
This is the cutest Warframe ever. I'm going to die.
Yeah. Do you feel bolstered by this?
I do.
Okay. So
I also feel a little bad because I feel like I'm going to make Excalibur jealous. But only I know that as a player.
Oh no, she wasn't into me. She was actually into my operator. Oh, I see how it is. Wow, don't I feel lame?
Excalibur.
Those are not his inner thoughts. And yeah, she will gladly indulge any measure of cuddles that you two will offer.
It'll be brief because I'm sure the bickering outside won't last for too long. But
and afterwards, yeah, she'll like hold on to you, and then like eventually kind of understand a hug a little bit and give you a light squeeze, and accept you going on your way. You feel better?
yeah, I do.
Something to fight for.
Yeah. Affirmation.
Well, I'm glad we came down then. And I'll say with the two of you heading upstairs, back to your rooms, and Kirei and Yanto,
Kirei is sitting near Yanto and holding his hand.
yeah, and with Kirei and Yanto supporting each other, I'm gonna call it the session.
Yay! It didn't end on a total downer.
Just on a, everyone feeling emotionally vulnerable and unvalidated and having to seek solace in people.
Yeah.
Did I really seek solace in a person?
Except Colin.
Colin's fine.
Colin,
Colin's just happy to be here.
Colin's just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Also, when I said
he does his thing.
When I said I was worried about making Excalibur jealous, it wasn't him being jealous of me. It was him being jealous of Saren because, like, last time I saw Excalibur move, like, a little bit, I got freaked out.
Oh, that's true.
I'm all like, oh, okay, Saren, I'll give you a hug. Excalibur must be like, what the fuck?
What does she have that I don't? What the fuck, man?
I mean, are we going to go on the anatomical side of things, or are we going to go on the actual power side of things?
Yes.
Yeah.
One experience and one relationship experience, everybody.
Yay.
It was a very, very relationship-heavy game.
Yeah, it was. Oh boy.
Amanda, I suggest investing into a relationship with Saren, since you have felt bolstered by her.
Yeah, I do keep visiting her, don't I? I'm the only one.
Kirei's is like constantly running around doing stuff more directly related to the tournament. She doesn't have time.
Yeah, but Saren's our mission.
Kirei's taking upon herself to be the protector of all of the tournament, Tenno.
Yeah. What'd you guys think?
Oh, that was very good. That's
Excellent.
Yes, when you told me out of character what Ava's power had, I began to have a theory on at least one part of what was going on. Obviously, there was still surprises here, but
Luke, Amanda, what'd you guys think?
Had a great time. It's so good.
oh man,
Luke.
Luke! Luke's dead.
Oh no. I think he's muted.
Or dead.
he's not muted in Google Hangouts. So if he's muted, it's on his computer or mic or something.
Did he step
Or
away?
he might have just stepped away.
Hello?
Hello?
Ah, there you are.
Fucking goddamn Wi-Fi router just decides to go, you know what? What? I'm gonna disconnect you and reconnect you really rapidly.
Router.
I
Is
will
that
thank
how
you
you
for
say
not
it?
mocking my Englishisms, my Anglicisms.
Yeah, they mock my Midwestern accent all the time.
They say router.
Oh dear. Did you have a good time, Luke?
Right, now there's two of me. You can both fuck off.
Wait, do you mean
Oh,
both
man.
of those two or both of you?
I don't know anymore.
Anyone have any final thoughts, comments, questions?
So, just how fucked now is MT and Kirei's relationship in the long run if MT really doesn't seem to like the idea of Kirei keeping things from her?
Yeah, I hate that. You guys are assholes.
Ooh, that's does not bode well
Yeah,
in the
you-
future.
Man, we're gonna have a 10-0 fight.
Yeah,
I mean,
it will have to be Yanto's role to actually play the peacekeeper, maybe, unless he will also want to fight Kirei over it. In which case Kirei is probably going to get her ass kicked. Maybe she needs to.
Yanto will just stop.
Depends on what Warframe she's piloting.
Yanto will just start fighting and go, I don't know who I'm supposed to be getting mad at, but could people stop punching me?
I mean,
Get at it, whoever punches you the hardest.
neither of them is going to punch you. They're going to punch each other, and you will have to do something because I assume that will upset you.
You have to choose.
Oh God, which waifu do you choose? Do you choose hot-headed, mysterious girl, the new hot-headed, mysterious girl, or the childhood friend character? Oh my God, it's
Spoiler alert: the childhood friend is never chosen.
shit.
I'm not that hot-headed.
I'm going for the true ending. I'm getting Colin.
Well,
Pick
to be,
Colin.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, there you go.
to be fair, you are. Say MT. To be fair, everyone is hot-headed compared to Kirei.
There are some corpses more impulsive than Kerry.
Fucking lukewarm water is more hot-headed than Kirei.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, I'm going to end the recording here.
Cool, I have to go to the bathroom. Good
All
I
night.
have to go to bed.
Yeah,
night,
I have to
everyone.
load up Overwatch.